Sir, thank you for coming in, sir. Over the last 2 days, we had a lot of really good discussion, a lot of group participation. We really identified we may be wearing different uniforms, but we all got similar challenges. But we also have a lot of good things going on in our armies. We got a lot of good soldiers, we got a lot of good leaders. But the discussion was very rich and fruitful of sharing ideas and figuring out ways to continue to develop our NCOs, both senior, junior, and our soldiers as well. Definitely something to take forward as we continue to work together in the Indo-Pacific region. The collective group, again, great group, a lot of experience. So, we got some of the big challenges with technology, understanding how soldiers nowadays, or individuals that come in, the young soldiers, how they think, how they comprehend and understand technology a lot better than us that are a little bit more mature, and a little bit older in the military. But at the end of the day, I think we really had some good discussions here. And I thank you and your Army for hosting this event. It's been really well ran, very organized, and to allow senior enlisted leaders to have a part like this not only helps us, but it helps us all as a group to come together and build relationships at the senior enlisted level as we move forward, because the relationships do matter. I think we achieved our goal of doing that, of fostering the relationship, continuing to build relationships. We do have new members, team members that came here for the first time, so it was very nice to be able to meet them and bring them on as part of the team out here in the Pacific. I've said the same. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. That's definitely what we've achieved in here, is to continue to focus on going far together. Sharing those ideas.
So, if I may, I take just a couple of minutes. I think among the three levels at which we have discussed, discussions have taken place over the last couple of days, to my way of thinking, this forum is perhaps the most important, because this is at the cutting edge, this is at the business end of doing things, and hence I'm glad that what as a group all of you have discussed over the last couple of days, we found it both meaningful and useful. And like you rightly said, whilst junior leaders, soldiers sitting here may be wearing different color uniforms, our methods may be different, the way we do things may be different, but what is certainly common is the values, the standards that each one of us in uniform stand for, and that is extremely critical. You also would have discussed challenges facing our organizations in respective armies. While there may be again different challenges, but largely when you are dealing with men, when you are dealing with soldiers, I would say that those basic fundamental issues in terms of, shall we say, teamwork, in terms of being fair, in terms of being transparent, your junior leadership attributes, I feel they transcend all armies, and I mean those basic fundamentals don't change. It's only that one can learn from different armies, and I'm sure you utilize this time to pick up some ideas as to how you can make your own organization better in terms of what others are doing. I also believe that in an organization there is adequate scope for each one of us to try and contribute and do good in our own areas, spheres of influence. So it doesn't matter where you are sitting as the chief of the army or you are corps commander or whatever. So even for a section commander, platoon commander, I am more than convinced his role is as crucial, as critical as of any other leader who is holding senior leadership positions. And lastly, I am sure you again would have discussed as to how armies are changing, how the character of war is changing, how tomorrow's war is not going to be fought in a manner that you did maybe 10, 20, 30 years back. Because of a number of reasons, because of technology, which you just mentioned, because of new domains of warfare that have come about. It is no longer just fighting with guns, tanks and your personal weapon. There are new dimensions, new domains in terms of cyber, space, information warfare, dealing with narratives, the social media. So these are new, I would say, emerging domains of warfare which we will increasingly have to deal with in the future, because they will have a very important role to play. And just as I said, as armies, we have to change to keep ourselves or make ourselves future ready. Maybe you will have to unlearn certain things, relearn certain things. And in this whole business, I feel change management. So how do you manage change? There are socio-economic changes in the society, in each of our armies. There are technological changes, there are doctrinal changes, whole lot of them. So how do you manage change? I feel is going to be extremely important. And this managing change is not only at the higher level, leadership level, it is as important, as crucial at the level of the junior leaders, all of you who are sitting in this room today. So this is an area where we will have to, I would say, focus on and pay attention to, so that all of our armies in our organization prepare ourselves better to be able to face challenges as we move on in the future. So I'm glad, maybe once you all sit down and prepare a report of what all you have discussed, I'll get a better idea of what you all discussed. But let me tell you, since morning I had a one-on-one discussion, bilateral talks with at least 6 chiefs. Without exception, each one of them have told me as to how the feedback that you gave to your bosses, your leaders, as to how useful the discussions here has been. And that is very heartening and satisfying. So I must compliment each one of you who came here, shared your ideas, shared your views, and have made this entire interaction more meaningful and useful. So thank you very much, all of you, and my compliments. And I hope while you have been here, you have also been able to get a flavor of India as a country in terms of understanding the culture, the diversity. Did you all attend yesterday's cultural program here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, so that, so I hope you all have had a enjoyable stay here. And for whatever little time, if you're still going to be here, please make the most of it. So thank you very much and all the very best. That's all. Thank you.
Great coach. Great experience. Thank you.
Now, myself, Subedar NC Bajeta from India.